Hi, welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk you through how to use a Jamboard in a MS Teams meeting for different purposes like brainstorming and sharing ideas with your colleagues. I'm Keris, I'm a Project Support Officer in Organisational Development, and I'll be taking you through a few steps today with my colleagues.
Hi, I'm Chloe and I'm a Project Support Officer in Organisational Development.
Hi, I'm Emma, also a Project Support Officer in Organisational Development. And I'm going to start this by sharing with you how to set up a Google Jamboard. So ideally, you need to be accessing Google Jamboard in a Chrome browser because that's the way that it works best. It has best functionality. Once you've searched for Google Jamboard and got to it, in order to set up a Jamboard, you need to have a Google account set up. So if you are doing this for work purposes, it's best to have a work account. So that's the one that I've opened up today. And then to start a new Jamboard, you need to click the plus button in the bottom right-hand corner. And that will take you to a new blank page that will be your first Jamboard. Give your Jam a name. And then to share it, you click the share button in the top right-hand corner. You'll need to change the settings so that anyone with a link can edit it, and this allows people to put their thoughts and ideas on the Jamboard when they're accessing from their own device. Click Done, and then you can copy the link by selecting the Copy Link button. And to share the link, you go back into your chat, open up the conversation pane, which will show on the right hand side, and then Control V to paste the link, and there it's appeared in the chat. So I'm going to pass you over to Keris now to take you through how to use the Jamboard.
Thanks, Emma. So I'm just going to share my screen as well. So you can see now that the link that Emma has pasted is now in the chat. So I'm just going to highlight the link and press Control C to copy it. And it's better to do this rather than click on the link, because if you click on the link directly, it will probably open it in Internet Explorer, which is not what we want to do. We want to open it up in Google Chrome. And then I'm just pressing Control V and Enter. And you can see now that this has opened the same Jamboard that Emma has set up for us. So you've got a few different options now for how you set up your Jamboard and the different functionalities. You can set a background, so you've got some different backgrounds here, like some dots and some lines. So whatever helps you structure your Jamboard. And you've got some darker backgrounds here as well, if that's helpful. Personally, I quite like this sort of grid background. And you can see that I'm logged in here as an anonymous iguana. So basically it is anonymous when people join the Jamboard if they're not logged into a Google account, and you just see the icons pop up at the top here, and you can see people contributing. You can see we've got a couple of other people joining now as well. You can also zoom in on your Jamboard, so you've got different zooms here, and you can zoom in and out here as well if you need to. And so these are your main functionalities. So you can see we've got a pen at the top here. So if you click on that, you can draw on your Jamboard. And if you click again, you can change the colour, you can change the style as well. So you've got a few different options here, and you can just have a play around and draw on the Jamboard and use it as a bit of a whiteboard. And if you want to undo anything, you can click the undo button at the top. And the next function is actually going to help you out here as well. So you have got an eraser, so you can go through and erase anything that you've done here as well. And the next one along is the cursor. So this just takes you back to your mouse. So you can obviously click on different options. And the main one you're probably going to use is the next one, which is the sticky notes. So if you just click this icon, you can see it brings up a sticky note for you, and you can add some text. And you can change the different colours here as well. You've got some really bright colours. And you can see the blue line at the bottom just shows how many characters you have. So you can see it moves along as you type. And if you get close to the end, it will start turning red, and that just means that you haven't got much space left for any more text. And then if you click save, you can see it adds it to your Jamboard here. And then you can carry on adding post-its if you want to. Or just click anywhere else on screen to go back and edit. You can actually create some blank post-its as well. So if you double click on a post-it that you've already put some text onto, delete the text, save button isn't available, but if you click anywhere else on screen, it just saves a blank post-it for you. So this can be really helpful for setting up your board ahead of a session if you want people to be able to contribute really, really quickly. And you can also click on the 3 dots on each post-it to edit it. So you can go back in and edit the text, duplicate, so just creating another copy, or you can delete it as well. And if you've got lots of different post-its that are layered on top of each other, you can actually use the order button as well. So for example, this one is currently on the top of the pile. If I click order and send it to the back, it's actually positioned that one behind the one that it was previously on top of. And you can also use the arrow on the left-hand corner just to move the position of the post-its as well. And then the next option you've got is to add an image. So if you click on this icon, you can upload a file from your computer. You can search by URL from your camera, a Google image search, or from your Google Drive or Google Photos. And again, just remember to be logged into your work account, not a personal account. And the next icon you've got are some shapes. So these are really helpful for adding some structure to your board. So for example, you could sort of create a space for some text or for some post-its. And you can format these here as well, so you can add different colours and fill them in as well if you want to. And again, you can duplicate and delete these and order these as well. And the next one along is the text box. So again, really good for adding some structure. So for example, if you wanted to sort of categorize some of your post-its, you can move that into a certain section and then add your post-its here as well. And you've got a few different shapes here that you can use. And the last icon is the laser pointer. So this is really helpful for presentations to help draw attention to certain things if you're presenting, especially to a large group. So it's similar to the pen, but the marks don't stay on the screen. So you can just draw attention to some text or some features on the screen. And that's it. So I'm going to hand over to Chloe now as well.
Thank you, Keris. So once you're finished with the Jamboard, you can then select the page, the arrow at the top of the page, to flick through to a new Jamboard. Here you can create new Jamboards, as many as you like. When you're finished with all your pages, you can then click on the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner. Here you're able to download as a PDF and save the image. If you created the Jamboard yourself, you can also make a copy. Make sure that everybody using the Jamboard is aware not to click on the clear frame button. This will delete everything from your Jamboard. If you quickly press the undo button, you can gather your data back. Your Jamboard link will remain active forever. If you like to change this, please press the share button at the top if you created the Jamboard. You can then change the permissions so that people can only view your Jamboard.